Gimmicky measurement devices. Now, I first said inaccurate measurement devices, and the reason I said that is many of these gimmicky measurement devices are also rather inaccurate. A lot of this stuff comes out of China, and you find it advertised on Facebook as, this is the tool that's going to transform your woodworking, or something to that effect. Yeah, I'll admit it, I've bought a few of them. And I've mostly been disappointed. I recently bought a set of gauge blocks that came from China. And gauge blocks, if you're not familiar with them, they're just wood blocks that are different thicknesses. And they're used for very accurately setting something up, like, say, the height of your cut on your table saw or the height of your router bit in the table. It's a standard machinist type of a tool. But the ones that are coming now into the woodworking community aren't the quality level of what machinists use. They're much lower. Instead of being finely milled and ground stainless steel, they're a lesser grade of steel that has been machined and then powder coated. And they look nice and they look like they're really good. And I ordered a set, and they came in here, and I took a set of micrometers, which I know to be accurate within 1/10,000th of an inch. I know that because I've checked them myself. And I checked out those blocks, and I found out that I was 1/8,000th of an inch off in half an inch. Now, that may not seem much to you, but to a guy who's got an engineering background and who has come from a place where I'm used to tools like that being extremely precise, like within that 1/10,000th or at least within 1,000th, to find one of them 1/8,000th of an inch off was just horrible. These are supposed to be high precision tools. Well, they went back. But I can't always send back the things that I buy that come from China. So that time they came from China via Amazon, and Amazon has an absolutely wonderful refund policy, and they took good care of me. I have other tools I bought from China. This tri-square, I've had this for a while. This was made in China, and it's very accurate. It's right on. Does a good job for me. Now, I don't use all the functions on it. It's got these little holes in here so that you can draw a line so far from the edge, and I don't think those are accurate enough. But I don't use it that way, so that really is kind of immaterial, okay? If you use it just right, it works out great, but to me, the holes are too big. All right. Here's a digital angle meter, also from China. I use all the time. If you've ever watched me setting up my table saw for angled cuts, you may have seen me use this. I've got two of them, this one and a longer one. Very accurate, great tool. I've got this digital height gauge, and even though it is plastic, this does a great job for me when I'm trying to set up the height of my cut on either my table saw or my router table. Great. China. This thing, yeah, I bought it because it looked cool. Yeah, it looked cool. And I got here and I go, what do you do with that thing? Because I couldn't remember what the ad said. And I don't know. It sits in my toolbox. See, there's a lot of stuff that's being sold, and it looks good, and it's advertised to look good, but that doesn't necessarily mean is good. This is probably the worst purchase, other than maybe those gauge blocks, I ever made. This is a T-square. Now, I like T-squares because I did take drafting way back when in high school. And this is supposed to be a T-square that does two things for you. One, it's notched here so you can do those lines from the edge. And the other is you can set it for different angles because it's a ball detent. Well, okay, if you're satisfied with it being within a degree or two, yeah, it'll do the different angles for you. But it won't stay, if it's tight, it won't turn. And if it'll turn, it's not tight. And if it's not tight, it's not accurate. So literally the only way you could use this and keep it accurate is to reset it and check it every time you use it. And it's also, by the way, very thin steel. Even though it's supposed to be stainless steel, trying to keep it flat is like a joke. As far as I'm concerned, it's a piece of junk. The only reason it didn't go back is I couldn't send it back. So it sits here. I just dug it out from under my toolbox because it had fallen off the side of my toolbox where I had held with magnets. And I dug it out of underneath the toolbox so I could show it to you. It's a piece of junk. When you're buying stuff like this, don't get taken by the advertising, please. Okay? There's a lot of really great measurement devices out there. And I am a firm believer in good quality, accurate measurement devices, okay? My ruler, just my plain ordinary ruler that I use, 12-inch ruler, is stainless steel. It's thick, heavy-duty stainless steel engineering rule. Why? Because I want something that's accurate. I want something that's stiff and strong so it's not going to bend on me. And I want my engraved lines to be so dead on that I can really see clearly that I'm getting the right measurement. I mean, accuracy is key. If you're going to set up a table saw and you're trying to make a 45-degree beveled cut and you don't have something like this to tell you where 45 degree is, don't just count on the gauge, like the protractor that's on the front of your saw. Yeah, it'll get you within a degree, maybe even a half a degree, but if you're trying to make a box, you're trying to miter those corners together on that box, it's not accurate enough. Yes, you need accurate tools. Here's my issue, is not all this stuff is accurate. One thing I found is that the digital stuff, even when it's low cost, tends to be more accurate than the mechanical stuff, okay? Something to keep in mind. But I have a real issue with all of the overrated, hyped up, poor quality measurement tools that are out there for sale that are trying to grab the dollar of the new woodworker, and they're really not worth owning. So be careful when you're looking for that stuff. Make sure you get it, what you get is good, and when you get it, check it out, and if it's not good, please try and send it back. Maybe if enough people send them back, the companies will get the idea that they need to improve their quality and make something that's worth owning.